Hi, welcome to Hadiya Movement Systems. My name is SHANI Ojukwu Mantenso. Today we are going to be doing a Hadiya yoga session, and this one is going to be a little bit different because it's more like a tutorial. We are in the month of August. We're in the Leo new moon. We're in the Lionsgate portal 2021. And with that idea of the lion, of the sun, which is the ruling planet or actual star for the season, I want us to focus on the Sun Salutation, Surya Namaskar. So that's what we're going to do today. What you will need are your regular sticky mat, and then also depending on your practice level, where you are today in this moment, you can have a folding chair with this tutorial and 2 blocks or bricks. Okay, so that's what you need. I'm SHANI Ojukwu Mantenso with Hadiya Movement Systems. Again, you can call me SHANI or Dr. Om, SHANI Om, either way. Today we're going to focus on Surya Namaskar, Sun Salutation. So we'll start in our seated Sukhasana, whatever your easy pose is for you. Today in this moment, and we're going to attune as we always do to the space, to our time together with our Tibetan singing bowl. Just taking a moment to ground, to find our calm, our center, our peace. So sitting in your easy pose with the spine nice and long, sitting on that tailbone, on that sacrum, lowering the chin just a little bit to elongate the cervical spine. You can soften or close the eyes, hands on your knees, thighs, or lap. And just taking a couple of moments here to breathe into the space, into the body, into the moment. So finding that here for yourself, slowing down the thoughts, softening around them, creating a little bit of space between ourselves and our thoughts, recognizing that we are not our thoughts in so doing. They come and they go, they arise and disappear. Maybe we're noticing the chest rise and fall, the abdomen expand and contract with each inhalation and exhalation. Breathing naturally, softly, calmly, working with the mind. Thank you. Through the body. Beautiful. So coming into some movement, we can open the eyes and find ourselves in our tabletop position, Bitilasana posture. So again, if we're breaking down the Sun Salutation, this is one of those building blocks. So our hands are right under our shoulders, our knees are under our hips, feet are right behind our knees. So checking out our positioning, we're going to take some cat-cows, starting with our cow, Bitilasana. So go ahead and tuck the toes under and inhale as you lower the pelvis and raise the chest and chin. Exhale, Marjaryasana. Untuck the toes, tuck the tail, lower the chin to the chest. Round out the shoulders as we draw that navel into the front of the spine. Inhale, Bitilasana, cow. cat, that scaredy cat. Really exaggerating the movement. Using the breath, inhale, to carry our movement. So use the whole length of the breath with the whole length of the posture. One more round. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So that movement we will use in our Sun Salutation. You can grab your bricks here, and you'll see that as we make our preparations to getting even off of the mat, off of our knees onto our feet, we're gonna really use, and I'm gonna tuck this in a little bit so you can really see, we're gonna use that cat to draw the foot between the hands. So I have my hands firmly on my blocks, my bricks. Now this is the lowest of, I guess, the settings at 4 inches. We can come up here, I think that's 4. And then we can come up here, and this is the intermediary position of our bricks. And then you can go all the way up here to give yourself even more space and support, okay? So the only thing with this is that there's less of a base. So you want to be careful with your wrists for stability here. But we can start here and just drawing the knee into the chest as we place our foot between our hands. So let's do that again. And where the cat comes in, Marjaryasana comes in, is we're drawing in the breath. Actually, we're expelling the breath. We're expelling, we're exhaling. As we draw that navel in, all the way to the front of the spine. Right, so draw that in as we bring the knee in, giving us as much space, as much clearance as possible to place that foot between the hands. And right now I'm working with the right foot. If you don't need quite that much space, go ahead and take it down to the intermediate level. If you need even less space, flat, and even less can be the mat. Wherever you are in this moment, starting from your tabletop, drawing in that navel. So I'm gonna go here for now. Okay, my hands are flat and strong. Draw into your cat and bring that knee up and place it here. Now, you can always use that scooch method. Very scientific, right? That's the technical term, right? So if you're here and you still don't have quite enough space, you can bring that hand to the back of the ankle and place it. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Right? If you don't pick up the hands, you can pick up the ball of the hands, right? The base of the hands, and just scooch your foot that way. Whatever you want or need to do, your yoga practice, working with your body, with your movement. So taking a few, just a few on the right side, using that cat to create space for the leg. And also using the breath. Again, it's an exhale. Exhale helps you draw that navel in. Let's take a few on the left side. You can pause and practice as many times as you wish. Good. Creating space. Again, if you need a little bit more space, you can raise those bricks a little bit, right? Still more space. Raise them, raise them. And if you have that chair, okay, you can bring that folding chair to the front of your mat. Even more space, okay? Even more space. So the higher your hands, you got the message and the method now. The higher your hands, the more space that you have, okay? All right, so practicing on both sides several times. Okay, so let's go ahead and stand up, and we'll use the right foot. Okay, so here between the hands, okay, and then leaning the shoulders forward. You can tuck the toe, the left toes underneath behind you, leaning those shoulders forward, placing as much weight on that front foot as possible, on the right foot as possible, as you bring those shoulders forward in front of your hands, right? So where that head is, where the shoulders are, as much of your weight as you can shift. That's the direction that you'll go. But keep your chin up a little bit, right? If your chin is down, that takes your head down, and then that's the direction you're going. We're not wanting to go down, we're wanting to go forward, okay? So keep the chin up for safety and stability, and then bring the left foot to meet the right, okay? So now we're standing, okay? Okay, so we can use either the chair or the bricks or blocks. I'm gonna start with the chair because we're gonna do a couple of rounds of this, demonstrations of this, of the Sun Salutation, Surya Namaskar, okay? Okay, so go ahead and starting with a strong, strong base, always, 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 right? So the big toes are touching, there's a little space between the heels, so pigeoning the feet a little bit. You can place the weight on the heels so you can raise those toes and separate them and place them back down. As broad of a base as you can have, really rooting into the mat. Standing up nice and tall, so the tendency for many of us, especially many of us of African descent, and you know, it just is what it is to have the sacrum, the tail out, right? You want to tuck the tail just a little bit. Bring the pelvis forward and the tail down just a little bit to elongate that spine, okay? So finding your Prana, I always start my Sun Salutation in prayer pose, palms together, thumbs right at heart center, right at that fourth chakra. Okay, Sun Salutation, Surya Namaskar is associated with third chakra, right? Right here, that solar plexus, Manipura, right, represented by yellow, okay? The sun, the idea of the sun, right? But the Leo, connecting it with the Leo, you go one chakra up if you're working with the primary 7 chakras, one chakra up. And that's our fourth chakra, Anahata, represented by green. And so really we're working with the 2, okay? All right, so Manipura and Anahata, right? That courageous, that heart, right? There's courage and also compassion and generosity and expression. And here we have our power. This is our power center. That's why it's called the core, okay? So we need to engage that. Okay, and this is also, you know, an area where there really isn't much of a skeleton to support the organs around there and the tissue and everything, so you have to do the work, right? So this is where you need to really engage that power, right? So Manipura, Anahata, palms together, good. Okay, so let's lower the chin a little bit, lower the sacrum, elongated the spine. We're continuing to elongate here, so that cervical spine is long as well. I always take a moment to dedicate my practice to someone or something in this moment before I begin my Surya Namaskar. That's just something I've always done. So you could do that here. So this is really our first posture of Surya Namaskar. We can open up into our Tadasana mountain pose. So think of, you know, that I know in The Lion King, at the top of the mountain, the father and the son, Simba, at the top of the mountain, the king or queen of the jungle, right? So you're here, a very strong power pose, right? And then you can inhale here, Arms overhead, chin goes up, all the way up to the thumbs. You can take a little back bend. Good, we're in our Hasta Uttanasana. Good. Then we fold forward into our Uttanasana. So my hands, my back is fairly flat. My hands either land on the seat of the chair or, so I'll mix them together, or on our bricks or on the mat, okay? So here we are in Uttanasana, forward fold. So I still have a space between my heels. My torso is heavy, my arms, my neck, my shoulders and head are heavy. This is a partial inversion. So the head is below the heart and lungs now. So the direction of my blood flow, my oxygen flow, my chi, prana, or ashe is going in a different direction. Let that flow. Let that flow. Now we're going to come up with a flat back and look forward a little bit and take a little inhale. And then we're going to exhale. So that's just a little breather in actual breath. Coming back into Uttanasana. Now we're going to go back into Angyanasana, our low lunge. So we're going to send the right leg back first. Toes tucked under. Chest starts to come up as we lower the hips down. And then we lower the knee down. And there are many variations on Sun Salutation. So this is just one that I enjoy doing. Good. And you can untuck the toes here and take that chest up even further, kind of like a lunging Tadasana. So we're strong, we're powerful here. So the sun is setting, right? You're low to the mat, low to the earth. Okay? So our hands are flat and strong because we're going to place a lot of weight on it. Sending the left leg back to meet the right in our Palakhasana plank pose. So drawing that navel in, pressing, so not sinking, but pressing into the mat or bricks or chair. Drawing in that navel, the hips are down. Our Palakhasana plank pose or push-up position. So from here, and the chair is a little bit close for me, let me just, you're not going to do this, but okay, I'm getting myself out of the way of that chair. Safely, safely, safely. I'm going to just send my elbows back as I lower myself down. So a lot of control, a lot of strength, upper body strength. I'm looking about just a couple inches in front of me. My elbows are back. And I'm hovering over the mat, and I'm my Chaturanga Dandasana. Then I'm going to push myself forward and up into my Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, my upward facing dog. I'm pushing hard into my hands, long, long neck. My thighs are hovering over the mat. Don't confuse this with the Cobra Bhujangasana. This is my Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Get stuck right there. Looking up, strong, strong, strong. Now I'm going to tuck my toes again and push myself into my Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. I start with my navel, okay? So drawing that navel in, sending my hips up, my shoulders back, and my heels down. And I'm just moving my hands to stay on the mat here. My feet are hip width apart, and that's my preference. Some people prefer to have their feet together. As much as I can, I like to have my skeleton as naturally spaced as possible. I'm sending the heels back. My arms are long. I'm looking either between my feet or my knees. Long arms, long spine, long legs. If you need to warm up those ankles, the calves, the feet, you can pedal them out. Long, long. So So here I'm on my bricks, right? If I'm on my chair, that's fine too. It's a little bit, the higher the hands, the more space you have, just like when we were bringing the foot between our hands. Wherever you are, I'm in my intermediaries, no, I'm at my flattest space. If I'm here, again, just being mindful of a thinner, narrower base for these bricks. And here it's very narrow. So just being mindful of your safety. You see that movement there? Okay, so being mindful of your stability here, okay? But this is helpful to my downward facing dog, but this is the safest, either here or on the mat, okay? So I'm in my Adho Mukha Svanasana, my downward facing dog. Now I look between my hands, okay? And it's always good to look before you leap kind of thing. Look before you move, finding that stability and direction and drishti, or focus before you move. I'm gonna bring that right foot between my hands, okay? Right here, okay? And then I'm gonna lower my knee down. Now the other way to do it is to bring the knees down. Let's go ahead and do that. Bring the knees down first. Again, there are so many variations. It's your practice and you can put it together how you wish. And now I'm going to bring that foot through like we did, like we practiced in the beginning. So I'm drawing in that navel in my cat pose, and then drawing that knee into my body, into my belly and chest, so I can get that foot between my hands. That's my right foot. Now I'm going to lean those shoulders forward, but keeping my chin up. And I'm going to start to stand up, bringing my left foot to meet the right foot. And I'm going to take that little bit of a breath, looking forward, flat back. And then I'm going to fold forward into my Uttanasana. Standing forward fold. Now I'm going to inhale, come all the way up, bringing my arms with me. All the way up, palms together, looking up at my thumbs. Then I'm going to draw my Pranayama back to its position right at heart center, my thumbs at my sternum. Okay? So let's do the same thing on the left side. In our full pace, or close to our full pace, I'm going to move the chair out of the way so I don't have to make those adjustments. If you're using a chair, of course, keep the chair. If you're using the bricks, keep the bricks. If you're using just your mat, please go ahead and do that. So I'm here in my Pranayama. You can do Tadasana if you wish, or just move through it. So inhale, let the arms come down and go all the way up, overhead, looking up at our thumbs, taking a slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Placing my hands on my bricks. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, come back into your fold. Inhale, send the left leg back this time, long into your Angyanasana, into your lunge. Lower that back knee down. Good, you can untap the toe. Good, now we're going to tuck that again, go into our plank position, Phalakasana, send the right leg back to meet the left. Strong arms, hips are down, navel's drawn in. Exhale, send the elbows back into your Chaturanga Dandasana, hovering. Good, inhale, upward facing dog. Let's see if I can say it without messing up. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, yay! Good. Tuck those toes under into your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good. Pressing the shoulders forward, or back, however you think of them, but toward the feet. Looking between those feet, long arms, long legs. Seeing if you can get those heels planted into the mat. Go ahead and look forward. Lower those knees down. Good, now we're going to bring that left foot between the hands. Good, we're starting to raise the sun again with our power, power, power. We really drew in that third chakra, that navel. Good, now we're tuck those toes, bring the right foot to meet the left. So we're gonna lean the shoulders and head forward. Chin is up a little bit. Good. Looking forward, inhaling with a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to a stand. Bring your arms with you. Raising the sun. Palms together, looking up at those thumbs. Exhale, let the hands come down right at heart center. Good. That's a full cycle of sun salutation. We have a couple minutes. Let's do it at full speed, at full pace, without our blocks or bricks. At least the right side. Let's do it together. Okay. Here we go. Catching our breath. Good. Surya Namaskar. Here we go. Inhale. Arms all the way up. Palms together. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale. Look forward. Flat back. Exhale. Uttanasana. Inhale. Send the right leg all the way back. Angyanasana. Lower that knee. Look forward. Untuck the toes. Chest up. Tuck the toes again. Go into your Palakhasana. Plank pose. Exhale. Elbows back. Lower yourself down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Send yourself all the way up into your upward facing dog. Exhale. Hips up. Send your shoulders back. Untuck the toes. Heels down. Good. Right leg up and into the body, all the way through. And I had to pick up my palm a little bit. That's perfectly fine. Between the hands, lower that knee down. Untuck the toes, look forward. Good. Tuck the toes again. Inhale, bring that left foot to meet the right. Looking forward. Exhale, palms down, forward fold. Inhale, all the way to stand, bringing the sun up with you. Ra, ra, ra. The journey of Ra, right? Bring the palms down to your Pranasana. Same thing on the left. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. As the sun comes down. Inhale, flat back, looking forward. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, send the left leg all the way back into your Angyanasana, low lunge. Lower that knee down, untuck the toes, look forward. Tuck the toes again. Ready for Palakhasana, plank pose. Strong arms. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. I did it, yay. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Send that left leg up and into the body. Get that foot between the hands. Lower the knee down. Untuck the toes, look forward. Good. Tuck the toes again. Bring those shoulders forward. Bring the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, palms down, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, bring the arms, bring the sun. Exhale, Pranasana. Very good. Thank you for joining me. Catch your breath. Continue with your practice. Ashe and Namaste.